Probably all have playlists. All right. I may or may not fix that. Let's go ahead and add some push-pull here with the arms. I'm going to tell you what's going on anyways. If you have some music, great. If you don't, you just get to listen to your heartbeat. You're like the Matt Frazier of home fitness. You don't like all the music and the lights. You just want to be by yourself in your garage, crushing workouts every single day. Guy's a weirdo. Probably that reference is lost on most of you, I'm going to guess. Oh, let's stop doing most of this. A little step touch, roll the wrist up. We're going to get down on hands and knees. Just want to make sure there's some warmth in your wrist before we launch ourselves onto the floor. We're going to do 3 movements for 30 seconds each, thrice, bringing that word into more common parlance. Switch directions on the wrist rolls. Right now, there's a really sweet mix of Toxic by Britney Spears on that it looks like everyone is dancing poorly to because of the, it's fun. It's fun. All right, let's just stand up, swing our arms forward and back. Woo, take some nice deep breaths. We're gonna launch into it. Keep that going if you like. I'm gonna start my timers, plural. We're gonna start our written warm-up with good morning. So stretching up nice and tall through the top of your head, butt tight, front tight. And we're just gonna set our hips back, folding into a good morning and then squeezing up. I like to have my hands here to start. You get to decide what you wanna do. Just saying hello, good morning to our glutes, hamstrings, trying to keep a nice, long, organized spine. So stretching tall at the top every time, front of the body stays on as you reach back. I like to say activating the knees, which means pushing them out just slightly to keep everything nice and active. From there, we're gonna take it to jumping jacks. I'm gonna just start with a little tap out jack. Join me there. If you're ready to jump, wow, what have you been doing already this morning? Or you just have such a hunger for fitness, I love it. I personally need some ankle stuff before I start hopping around. Get some range of motion in the arms. Tap out, jump out, it's all up to you. And then we are going to, in the immortal words of Lil Jon, take it to the floor. We're gonna get down here for some alternating bird dog. So find your way to a tabletop position. And we're gonna draw in the navel as we stretch long from the tailbone out through the top of the head, chin tuck. We're just gonna stretch long from hand to opposite heel, back to center, hand to opposite heel. So we're really trying to be long here, avoiding the temptation to arch through the back like I'm doing here, arching through the back. Nope, we're trying to stay in that kind of hollow body feeling. Nice, looking good, everybody. We're gonna get a double dose of this one because it's so good. 10 seconds here. And let's go ahead, finish the one you're on, stand that all the way back up, get nice and organized at the top, back to those good mornings. Oh, slightly deeper on each successive repetition. Slowly kind of pulling yourself into that slight stretch at the bottom. Where you feel that stretch will sort of move as different things warm up. Finish this one, and then we're back to those jumping jacks. Woo. Tap outs, jumping jacks. You could even do like a slow jump to just sort of warm yourself up to some jumping. We actually don't have any other jumping in our workout today. So if you love a good bouncy workout, this is your one chance. Alternating bird dogs, take it to the floor. One side and then the other. Quick little dose here. Nice and tight through the midsection. Navel draws up towards the spine. Nice, looking good, everybody. Eyes down, chin tucked. Finish the one you're on, back up to the top. Starting again, good mornings. Last time here. Getting as deep as you feel like you want to get. I can see hands at the temples. That's a good way to increase the challenge. You can also go hands in that reverse fly like I'm seeing Nate do. Good idea. The ultimate is hands overhead in that good morning. If you want to do some of that, that can be a nice way to warm up the upper back as well. Last one here, and then we're back into those jumping jacks. Final 30 seconds of jumping jacks here. Nice. Good use of the options, everyone. Alternating bird dogs for the last 30 seconds here. Let's go. Squeezing long. Almost there, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done, everyone. Go ahead, move around a little bit in a way that feels good to you to sort of get a little reset. We are going to go into the written portion of our workout here, or sorry, the first chunk of work, which is a core focused barrage. Jarek has programmed just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch targeted at these muscles that are oh so important to everything we do. We're going to do 20 seconds each of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movements. Is that 100 seconds? Yeah, we're going to do 100 seconds of these movements. Then we're going to take a 20-second break. He might have wanted me to take a longer break, but we're going to keep it real tight. So if you need to take your time between movements so that you're in those positions for less time, that's great. Sometimes less is more with core. Just being really active and in really good positions for short periods of time over and over and over again will build core strength. You don't have to hang out in positions for very long, but we are going for that sort of tight squeezed feeling, organized spine, all that stuff. So we're just gonna get into it. You've seen most of this before. First time through, I will show you a lot of options that are kind of a good way to start into the movements. And then you probably will already know of ways to increase that intensity for yourself. Sound good? Jazz hands, thumbs up. Yes. Let's do it. We're going to start in elbow plank. So you can always do this elevated. You could do it against the wall. You could do it on knees. We're going to get into it. 20 seconds of plank from elbows in 5, 3, 2, 1. So again, elevated is great. Also on knees is great. We're trying to actively push the elbows down into the floor or into the wall or whatever we're on, trying to tuck the tailbone and draw the navel up into the spine a little bit here. And then we're going up onto hands for 20 in 2, 1. Just want to say it, everything is optional. So if hand planks don't work for you, you could do 40 seconds of elbow plank. We're going to flip this over into our boat pose in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're in this boat pose, stretching up tall for a Russian twist. I say thumbs to the sternum. That's going to give you a better sense of how far you're actually twisting. Slow and steady with this. We want to be lengthened here, tailbone out through the top of the head. We don't have to twist very far. We also don't have to twist very fast. And then we're going for a tuck up. I like to do hands down here and do some double leg supported tucks to start. Go for it. If you want to get lower, you can, but this is a great way to start. Even single leg makes this a really potent exercise. Then we're going all the way down for flutter kicks. Get stable on the ground. I'm going to just do some toe taps here to start. really focusing on being able to control my low back and keep my low back still and brace towards the ground. Doesn't mean everyone's low back is going to touch the ground, but that's our goal. All right, break. Woo. Hey, 1 down, 4 to go. We got this, right? 100 seconds with a 20-second break, 5 times. Yeah. Elbow planks. It's happening again. It's happening again already. What? Let's go. Oh my gosh, is this a perfect 2-minute cycle? It is. 3, 2, 1. Jarek, you're some kind of mad genius. Elbow plank. Nice. Nice, stretching long, tailbone slightly tucked. I like a narrower stance with my feet so that I can really activate my glutes, drawing the navel up. And 3, 2, 1, plank on hands. Again, take your time, take breaks between these holds or between these movements. Keep breathing. Our goal is quality of position, quality of activation. Going into our Russian twist in 3, 2, 1, up into that boat position. A little bit more reclined makes this much harder. Floating the heels will make this much harder. Again, slow, steady. We're going for rotation and then tuck ups. So again, we can do that same in 2, 1, go. We can do that same supported tuck up. We can do those single leg tucks. Those are both good options. If you want to take it all the way down and all the way up, great. We're going to end with those flutter kicks in 3, 2, 1. Full out flutter kicks are here. Hollow body hold. Really ratchet strapping the middle of my body down to the floor. Those toe taps can allow you to get the exact same amount of activation at low risk. 3, 2, 1. 20-second break here. Breathe. Oh, breathe. It's getting spicy, huh? 100 seconds a core? Yeah. All right. Turning my music back on. I'm going to talk a little bit less. You know the options. Here we go. Elbow plank. 3, 2, 1, go. Round 3, the middle round. Make good choices. Moving to hands in 3, 2, 1. Again, take breaks as you need. Maybe you go for a quick break in the middle of the 20. Maybe you just take your time in those transitions. Maybe you aggressively go right to the next one as fast as possible. These are all good choices. Russian twist in 3, 2, 1. Right to that boat sit. Stretching up nice and tall. Tailbone out through the top of the head. Nice and lengthened. Beautiful. Nice neck, nice tall position. Nice Marat, nice good intentional range of motion. Tuck ups in 3, 2, 1. If you wanted to do some V-ups, that would be your slightly harder option. Ten seconds. Nice Marat. Nice, Emily. Nice controlled option here. Flutter kicks in 3, 2, 1. Take a moment, reset the spine anytime you need to. That activation of the transverse abdominis, snugging in around the low back, should be our main focus for all of these. Oh my gosh, it really burns. 3, 2, 1, give yourself a hug. Oh, take some breaths. Oofta. Oofta. You guys know there's a CrossFit Oofta out in the burbs? I took a training there one time. Elbow planks. Oh my gosh, it's happening already. 2, 1, go. Nice. Looking good. Those of you I can see. Those of you I can't see, I trust in your judgment. And I know you're doing your very best. Up to hands in 2, 1. This is the penultimate round here. There's just one more after this. Almost there, 5 seconds, going to that Russian twist in 3, 2, 1. Russian twist. Stretch long, tailbone out through the top of the head. Heels floated or grounded, more or less reclined. Yes, nice Dan and Annie, looking good. And tuck ups in 2, 1. Again, supported tucks, single leg tucks. These are all good options. Nice, Nate, nice strong range of motion, looking good. Nice, good options, everybody. Into that flutter kick in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, if you need your hands under your hips, that can be really useful. Oh my gosh. We got this, 10 seconds. Almost there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Whew. I'm no doctor, but I think it's supposed to burn like that. I don't know. Maybe Aaron could give us a thumbs up if he agrees that it's supposed to burn. All right. Oh my gosh, last round. Here it comes. Ready, set, go. Plank on elbows. If things are falling apart in any way, take longer breaks. Modify to more stable options. You've got this. Up to hands in 3, 2, 1. Remember, everything is optional. You can always switch to a different position anytime you need. Russian twists coming up in 3, 2, 1. Tuck ups in 3, 2, 1. Supported, single leg, double leg, all the way. V-ups. If anybody needs more at this point, feels unlikely that anyone would need more. Flutter kicks in 3, 2, 1. We got this, friends. We got this. Yes. Yes, take a little break anytime you need. 10 seconds here. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Yikes. That was amazing. Well done, everybody. Well done. I didn't think that was going to be as hard as that was. Huh. All right, we have a workout to do. In case that wasn't enough of a workout for you, we have a workout. Unlike any workout you've done today so far. We have essentially 3 movements. You're going to need 1 heavy object per person. Heavy is, of course, relative. Let's talk about what we're going to do. We have some toes to object. That is sort of like the best we can do around toe to bar in this situation where we probably don't have a pull-up bar. So I have my object here. I can do lots of things with it. I'm going to encourage you all to sort of start doing a little forward fold warm-up, especially for this one. Just some forward fold to just warm up and make sure you're lengthened in that spinal flexion. So this can look a number of ways. So I've got my object here. I'm going to try to make sure I don't tip it over onto my head. If you have a kettlebell, that's going to be a little bit easier because that handle will come up and it's a little more stable. So we could do single leg lifts. That would be one good option. We could do tucking. This is kind of like your knee to shoulder or knee to bar, knee to elbow. I don't know, whatever we call that, but a tucking variation. I'm still just trying to get my knees as close to my chest as possible, and then a toe to object with both feet is gonna look something like this. Boop. Hey, I did it. That one's tough for me. All the way down to the floor and then back up. So we don't want this to be the kind of thing where we end up cranking on our necks a whole lot. So if you lack the flexibility in your hamstrings and spine to get to your object, don't worry about it. We don't want to have like a plow pose situation where we're like going way over like this over and over and over again, putting tons of pressure on our neck. We want the majority of our upper back to remain on the floor. Nice, I see you practicing that, that's great. I'll continue to talk about those options. To preview it, we have our rep scheme is we're doing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of each of these. So it's that many reps per time. Next, we're gonna do floor press on the right or left, whichever you choose to start with. So I like to say, give your object a little hug, like spoon it, and then roll up with your object. And we're getting the elbow just outside of our hip. So if you want to be way out here, you can. It's a little harder to stabilize there. I'd say somewhere in between, right at the hip and straight out to the side. It's good. We're still going to do a lot of the same things we might do in like a bench press, where we're getting our feet flat on the floor so that we can drive our heels into the floor a little bit and apply some traction to our shoulder blades to help keep that shoulder blade sort of pulled back and down. And then we're doing our chest press or our floor press on one side. Oftentimes you can switch at the top so you don't have to like drop and come back to it. Setting up, same thing on the other. So again, some pressure in the heels will sort of drag that shoulder blade down the back a little bit. All right, so we're gonna do first round 10 on the right, 10 on the left, and kettlebell or dumbbell or nothing will work. Just sort of holding those positions will also work. And then our final move is sprawls. So from the floor, we're gonna get all the way up. You get to decide if you want to jump at the top or jump clap. Whoop. And then our sprawl is just getting into a plank and then coming back to standing. You can, of course, do that elevated, tap back, find a moment in plank, come back up to standing. But it's not a burpee, but you can jump out, jump in, and you can jump at the top. We're just sort of skipping that chest to floor part of the burpee. Cool. If you don't have a good object, you can always just do a really big extension, crouch, tap back, if that works better for you than getting back onto your hands a whole bunch of times. All right, so the reps we're doing is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to 1, 4 time. Again, it's gonna be toes to object, floor press one side, floor press the other side, sprawls, 10, 9, 8, down to 1. I have 35 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna guess it's not gonna take us 35 minutes. So we're just gonna do our very best. Crank your music up. You don't need to hear anything else I'm gonna say during this. If you don't need to hear anything else I'm gonna say during this. Y'all ready for this? All right, I see some thumbs up. We're doing it. Going in 10. Starting with those 10 toes to object. In 3, 2, 1. Again, we can do single leg lifts, straight or bent. We can do tucks with a little reverse crunch, or we can go toes as far as they go. A goal of getting to your object is a great goal, but it is not necessary, especially if it's putting excessive strain on your low back or your neck to get there. Nice, everyone looking good. Into our 10 floor press on the first side. Remember, we're driving into the heels a little bit to drag that shoulder blade. And into those sprawls. Start from standing, get some good extension, and then do the variation that feels best to you. Jump or no jump. Nice, looking good, everyone. Nine for your next round. Nice. Good, everybody. There's no hurry here. Take your moments of rest. It will get faster and easier with the shorter rounds, while also getting simultaneously harder. Nice, looking good, everybody. Yes. Nice, Emily. Nice range of motion. Good controlled pace. Nice, Nate. Good pace. Need to work hard. Woo. Nice, Aaron. Good pace. Looking strong. Ooh, nice, Mark. Good pace. Good fast transitions. Nice, Kara. Looking strong on those toe to object. Ooh, we are 5 minutes in. These first sets should be the hardest. Looking good. Looking good. Woo. Nice, Kira. Nice pace. Nice, Emily. I like that. Clap at the top. Celebrate each sprawl. Yes. Nice, Nick. Good pace. You got it. You got it. Stay solid. Stay strong. Nice, Dan and Annie. Good pace on those toe ups. Nice, Jen. I see you. I see you getting those feet in the air. Yes. Eight minutes in. If you are getting into your 5 or 6 reps, you are way over halfway. This will speed up a little bit as we get to the back half. Nice, Annie. Good pace. Looking good. Ooh, nice core. Nice, Beth. Looking good on those sprawls. Keeping those transitions tight towards the end. It's going to help burn this down. The last few rounds will feel like all transition. Nice, Carrie. Keep at it. You got this. Yes. Nice, Nate. Nice and fast. Keep at it. Nice, Dan. Good pace on those sprawls. Looking good. Yes. Nicely done, Kira. Yes, yes, good job, everybody. Finish strong. Woo. Yes, yes. You got this, buddies. Finish strong. Nice work, everybody. If you want to unmute yourself and cheer, I feel great about that. Yes, nice, Aaron. Good pace. Nice, Nate. Nice, strong movement. Beautiful, everyone. Yeah, get it, Aaron. Woo! Yes! Yes! Let's go, Nate. Finish strong. Woo! Nice control on that toed object. Up on the right. Up on the left. Go, Nate! Yes! Sprawl! Yes! 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 Well done, everybody. Oh, so good. If you paid attention to your time, I want to put that in the chat. Great. If you didn't, also great. Let's talk about couch stretch. I know you don't want to. And if in fact you need to get going, great. I free you from any obligations for more fitness this morning. Go ahead, unmute yourself, say farewell, put it in the chat, whatever you want to do. But let's talk a little bit about couch stretch, because, nice work, Kira. It is the queen of stretches. It is the stretch that most of us need to do more of. If you had some time to smash your quads, get on a foam roller, do some baby crawl, get across these suckers that just get so brutally tight when you're like this for 8 to 12 hours a day. These just get tight and short. And then they just wrench on your pelvis and low back when you try to stand up and do other cool things with your body. So if you had 5 minutes on each side, great. And then you'd want to do some lengthening through that hip flexor and quad. So couch stretch is not available to everyone. Let's just put that up there. It's super duper gnarly. So let's talk about some options. I really enjoy a face down quad stretch. If you need a strap to get to your ankle, great, do that. This allows the floor to sort of give you some feedback and help you to keep a neutral pelvis to low back relationship. So I can just sort of lock in here and I can already feel some tension, and most of my body is pretty supported. From here, I can really turn my glutes on and tuck my tailbone down. I can even have the idea of pulling my navel up a little bit. It's not actually going up, but I can have that idea so that I'm reversing this sort of tendency towards, if we get up here, my pelvis can just dump forward, my low back can arch. And then you can see my hip angle is like staying sort of where it is. So I have to work really hard to get my hip to come to neutral in this position. Whereas on the floor, my knee is already blocked back. And so I have a little bit more sort of better chance to be supported in that quad stretch. The way that I like to coach stretching is to keep it active. So once we're in this stretch sort of zone, I'd say try this thing that I'm about to talk to you about. Try pushing into this hand with your foot by activating the quad. You're trying to stretch that muscle. We're going to activate it first. Take a deep breath into the hips. And then on a long, slow exhale, you're going to release that tension, and then you're going to turn on the glutes, turn on the abs to try to tuck your tailbone down towards the floor. That long, slow exhale is really going to help with sort of tricking your body into thinking it's in control and you're having a good time here. Again, that breath in, press into the hand, hold for 3, 2, 1, long, slow exhale, and then turn the glutes on, turn the core on. Reverse that pelvic tilt. All right, keep that going. If that's where you're at, great. For a couch stretch, starting on hands and knees, getting everything lined up here. So I'm trying to get my ankle, knee, and hip all in a nice straight line. I'm getting my knee in about as close to the wall as I can. If you are away from the wall, try to be super consistent in where you are away from the wall, whether it's like 2 inches, 3 inches, because we want to come back to this day after day, because we're doing this every day, right? We want to come back to this day after day and notice progress. And it's hard to notice progress if that knee is like out here some days and here some days. That will really change the feeling. This might be enough. Keeping that knee down. Maybe you get an object. Maybe you have a chair that has different rungs that you can sort of climb up. So this could be a really good couch stretch for today, for anybody. Keeping that knee down and just trying to get up. And then you do have to work pretty hard to avoid just arching through the low back. Nice work, Emily. So I'm going to work pretty hard. Again, turning the glutes on, turning the core on to try to not have the stretch happen through arching my low back. So here's phase one. Phase two is getting that foot out front. And again, we're still keeping this active. So you can do some of that, push the foot into the wall or into the couch or whatever you're working with. Deep breath into the hips. Long slow exhale, release that tension, and then activate the glutes to tuck the tailbone back under, neutralizing at the pelvis. And then phase three is kind of walking up from there with the goal of someday, arms straight up, thumbs at the wall over your head. I'm not there. I can get close if I spend a good 2 solid minutes in a couch stretch. I make a lot of progress in those 2 minutes, but then it sort of erases itself eventually. All right. Let me show you one more option. If you do have a couch, this can be a nice option in that you can have your foot on the floor and have that knee in back. This is a little bit deep here and a little bit high, but you could see if I had like something to lean against here, this would allow me to get into something very much like the couch stretch, but without having to go to quite such an extreme right off the bat. This is not ideal, but you can sort of see what I'm working with in this idea. There you go. There's your mobility. You'd be well on your way. Nice work, Jen. If you spent